All right, then, since we updated the company name and company description, so let's go ahead and do the company logo image. So in order to do that, I'm going to close this description form, name form. Let's get back over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is inside the job, we do have this image form, right? I'm going to copy this completely and copy it and paste it over here. And I'm going to change this image form into what? Into the logo hyphen form, right? So close it. Now, instead of this, the initial data, instead of this, which is going to be the, so we need to get the company ID, right? So we need to get this, not this one, where that description, and we need to get that company ID, copy this company ID. Wherever the term job ID it's being used, we need to change everything into company ID, and wherever the term job it's being used, we need to change everything to company. All right, company. Perfect. Okay, so this is not going to be the image URL, which is going to be the logo. So let's get back over here. Wherever the term image URL is being used, we need to change it to logo. Okay, perfect. And companies, this is supposed to be what? Companies. So wherever this term it's being used, it should be companies. Okay, company updated, and company cover image, not cover image, company logo. So whenever you're copying and pasting it, please be very careful wherever the term you are editing it. So this is going to be logo. Okay, you should be very careful because that's the most important thing. So save it, and let's get back to here. And right after here, let's bring the company logo. And what we are going to do, we are going to bring the, oops, did I change the name of this form? Yes, we need to rename this company logo form. Okay, save these changes and get back over here. Company logo form. We need to supply the initial data, which is going to be the company, then company ID, which is going to be the company dot ID. Perfect. Save these changes. Now we should be able to see the form, and if I click it, I can able to upload the image. Click it, downloads. I think I do have Netflix logo. Here we go. So let's upload it. It is being uploaded and the image is uploaded. There we go. So we're having that. So the place, now if I click save, yep, we should able to see that image over here. Perfect. Okay, so now we can able to see it. So what we can do is image form, this is the place where we are displaying it, right? So instead of this object cover, I can say object contain. Yep, now I can able to see the complete image over here. Perfect. So we finished the company logo now, and let's get back over here and edit the company details now. See all these necessary fields. So let's get back to the company details form, and that is what we are going to do now. So on the right side containers, these are the social contacts. So in the social contacts, we having this the cover image and as well as the social contacts, and we do have the company overview and why join us, which is exactly the same form only, so don't worry about it. So let's go ahead and do that now. First, let's get the social contacts now. So here what we need to do is close this logo form. Perfect. Okay, so in the right container, this is the place. Over here what we are going to do is we are going to create an empty div. Inside that div, I'm going to create one more div, which is going to be class name, flex, item center, gap x, it's going to be 2. Inside this division, I'm going to bring that icon badge, and I'm going to supply the icon as what? Network icon. And right after here, I'm going to supply the #to tag with the company social contacts or something. And for this class name, which is going to be text Excel. So save this. You should be able to see. There we go. Just like that. Okay. Then right after that, what we need to do, we need to bring the company social form. So let's go ahead and create the company social form. Okay. So to get that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this name form. Okay, let's duplicate this description form. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this description form copy file, and I'm going to change that to what? To social contacts form, something like that. Okay, so inside here, wherever the term company description form, I'm going to change everything into company social contacts form, something like that. Okay, so just not alone the description, we need to have all the necessary fields. Okay, like the mail, website, LinkedIn, address line to city, state, zip code, literally all these informations from mail, website, LinkedIn, address line to all these things. And that's what we are going to bring over here one after another. So how many fields we need to have? We need to have 2, 4, 6, and 8, right? Yep, we need to bring 2, 4, 6, 8 fields. So I'm going to duplicate this, copy and paste it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So first, what is the first thing? So we need to get the mail. So copy the mail and duplicate it and paste it. Then copy it, duplicate it, 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 paste it. Then copy the state, duplicate it, paste it. Then copy the zip code, duplicate it, paste it. So change this everything into capital letter. Mail, website, LinkedIn, address line, one, address line 2, and here we need to keep it as city, state, zip code. Save these changes. Okay, these are all the form schemas which is going to be. Don't worry about it. So change this to, copy this, paste it. Okay, then what are the things we need to have? We need to get the website. If we do have the website, load the initial data dot website or keep it as an empty string. Then what we need to do, why we are getting this error? Oops, this is supposed to be this. That's the reason. Then copy and paste it wherever the, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so instead of this website, what we need to do, LinkedIn. Then instead of this website, what we, address line 1. Instead of this, address line 2. Instead of this, city. Instead of this, state. And instead of this, zip code. Perfect. Now we have all those forms, and these things, nothing going to be changed. Everything is going to be similar. Instead of this company description, this is going to be company social contacts. socials, something like that. Okay, so here, this is the thing we are going to customize it. Don't worry. In this case, I'm just going to keep it as an empty React fragment because we need to display it something like this. So we are going to display it something like that. So we need to customize it later. This field, which is going to be something like this. So we are going to bring the mail, and this is going to be something like sample at maildomain.com, something like that. Okay, so now if you save these changes and if you get back over here and right after this icons badge, okay, that's the place where we are displaying the icons right after this division, and right after that here we need to say socials form or something like that. Then we need to bring the company socials contact form, supply the initial data as the company itself, then supply the company ID as company.id. Save these changes. You should be able to see that. And now if I click it, I can able to see. So this time the social contacts, it's not going to be text area. This is going to be the input field. Save these changes. There we go. Now we have that mail and everything. Okay, so just like the same way, what we need to do, we need to bring the rest of the field. Okay, we need to bring the rest of the stuffs. What are the things we need to have? Mail, website, LinkedIn profile, address 1, address 2, and state and all those things. So let's go ahead and bring that now. So first what we do now, we do have the form field. We have the mail field. Okay, so we have the mail over here. So instead of this example, we can keep it as mail, something like this. So we have the mail. Okay, then what we need to bring the another form field. So copy this form field, copy it, then right after here I'm going to change this to website. Okay, change this to website. So let's change this to what? So we need to give the company live website link, right? So this is what the placeholder should looks like. Website link, company.live link, something like that. Save it. You should be able to see that now. Then we need to bring one more time, copy this, and we need to paste it over here. This time we are going to bring the LinkedIn name over here. So the user just need to type the LinkedIn URL over here. This is that. So this is going to be LinkedIn profile, something like that. Save it. You should be able to see the LinkedIn profile. Then copy this form field and paste it one more time. This time this is going to be the address line 1. So this is going to be the address line 1, and the placeholder is going to be address line 1, and this is going to be the text area. Save these changes. Okay, so you should be able to see the text area. Then this time this form field, which is going to be copy and paste it one more time and change this to address line 2 and change this to address line 2. Save it. You should be able to see the address line 2. Now what we have to do is we have to create a division. So div class name, which is going to be a grid column of 3. Okay, and gap between each of them, it's going to be 2. And here we need to copy this form field and paste it over here. Instead of text area, it is going to be the input, and instead of address line 1, this is going to be the city, and this is going to be the city name, or simply keep it as city alone, city. Then copy this and paste it 2 more time. So you should be able to see city, something like that. So the seconds, it's going to be state. This is going to be zip code, and this is going to be the zip code. Save these changes. This is how it should looks like. Okay, so now all we have to do is to supply some random details over here. So here I'm just going to say sample at Gmail and company.live, and I'm gonna simply give some random link. So let me copy this domain link and let me paste it. An address line, I'm just going to say RK colony TTL. Oops, TTL Sivakasi. Okay. Oops. State Tamil Nadu. Zip code. Something like this. Now you should be able to see we have this button. Now let me click the inspect elements. Of course, I know that the API will work perfectly. So anyways, we can open it, and if I click save, there we go. So we updated every single information. So I think everything is being updated. So now what we have to do is we need to update the place where we are displaying. This is the place. So that needs to be displayed something like this, right? Something like this. We need to display all these things. Okay, so let's go ahead and display that. So in order to display that, what I'm going to do is over here in this code block of elements, I'm going to bring a division. I'm going to say class name, and I'm going to keep it as a grid column 3, and gap it's going to be 2. Enter. And here div class name, which is going to be column span of 3. Enter. And inside here, what we need to do, if the initial data does have the mail in it, then I need to display this division. Div class name, which is going to be text sm, and text neutral 500, and flex item center, and width, of course, it's going to be full. Then of course what we need to do, we need to truncate if that is having a lot of space at the end. Okay, so here now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the mail icon from Lucid React. Then I'm going to say class names, which is going to be width, of course 3, height, of course 3, and margin right, of course it's going to be 2. And right after that, I'm going to bring the initial data dot mail to it. So if it should look something like this. So just like the same way, next what I need to do is I need to bring the LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, it's going to be something like a hyperlink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this right after here, paste it wherever the term mail it's been coming, not here. Here, this needs to be the LinkedIn. Okay, so instead of this division, I'm gonna wrap this inside what link, next link, and here href is going to be initial data dot LinkedIn, and instead of this mail, which is going to be the LinkedIn icon itself, save it. This is how it should look. Okay, then we need to bring the website, that is also going to be exactly the same hyperlink. Copy it, paste it wherever the term LinkedIn has been coming. We need to change this to into website, and this is going to be globe. Yep, globe. So save this. You should be able to see the company.live over there. Then what we need to do, we need to bring the address. So let's go ahead and bring the address. So displaying the addresses is going to be quite complicated. You can see we having the everything will be wrapped as in the comma and over there. So in order to display in that specific way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a division class. Oops. So right after here, right after this, I'm going to create a division, and I'm going to say class name column span 3, column span 3. Then here initial data dot address line. If it does have the initial data dot address line is there, then after here because address line 1 is the compulsory field. If it have, then of course the user might have address line 2, city, state, and everything, right? So that's the reason we are checking the address line 1. So for this division, I'm going to say class name, which is going to be flex, item center, gap is going to be 2, and justify everything should be in the starting position. Then I'm going to bring the map pin icon, and I'm going to say class name, width is going to be 3, height is going to be 3, and margin right is going to be 2. Then right after here, I'm going to create one more division, and I'm going to say paragraph tag, and this paragraph tag is going to have a class name as text sm, then which is going to have text muted foreground, and here initial data dot address line 1, then add comma initial data dot address line 2, then add comma. Okay, so right after here, I'm gonna copy this paragraph tag and I'm gonna paste it one more time, and this time this is, instead of this, I'm gonna say city, and this is going to be the state, and here I'm gonna say initial data dot zip code, but instead of this comma, we're gonna say the colon, something like that. This is how it should looks like. Perfect, right? Bingo. So instead of item center, let's keep it as item start itself. So icon will be at the starting point. Perfect. But we having some unwanted padding, I think so. Let's remove this margin right. Yep. So what I'm going to do is, I think this is perfectly fine. So I'm going to bring this a little bit down. So margin top. Yep. Now it looks perfectly fine. Look at that. We're having the exactly the same thing, just what we have over here. If I wish to edit, I can edit any single field and that will be updated instantly. So now we have the company socials, and now we need to bring the company cover image. So let's go ahead, and what we need to do is, I'm going to duplicate this logo form and change this to cover image form, something like that. Okay, and company, okay, instead of logo, now what we are going to do is, I'm going to change everything into cover image. Whatever the term logo we are using it, first let's change this company cover image form, and wherever the term logo it's being used, we need to change everywhere into cover image. Perfect. Okay, companies, yep, company cover image. Instead of this, let's say cover image. Okay, cover image, perfectly fine. And yep, this is not supposed to be contain, this is supposed to be cover, because cover image should cover the entire available space. Okay, so cover image, perfectly fine. Let's get back over here. Let's just like the same way what we did for here. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste this to company cover image, something like that. Paste it. This time this is going to be company cover image form. Save these changes. Now we should be able to see the company cover image form over here. If I click this, I should be able to edit the cover image. I can choose any images. Let me choose this design for the time being. Later you can update your original cover. You can see it's updated now. It's uploaded to the database, and if I click save, there we go. So now we're having the image. So we successfully updated the rest of the socials and the cover images and everything. And now all we have to do is to get back over here and bring the company overview. And why we joined this, because this fields needs to be just exactly the same thing, just like what we did for the job and description. Okay, and that's what we are going to do now. So let's go ahead and do that now.